is WCXO, Carlisle.
This broadcast is a presentation of WCXO Sports. WCXO Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors, presents Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin' Sports is powered by Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery in Carlisle. Talkin' Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. McKendree University in Lebanon. Sieber Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. Good Old Plant Land. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin' Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin' Sports. Rip here in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio. And here's what's coming up tonight. We're going to talk some, we were going to talk softball. But that is, on the JUCO level, but that has been, let's see, Tori Crowell of the KC Blue Angels, she got sick. That happened. She couldn't talk, and that was a week or so ago. Now she got hit by a bat and might have broken her wrist or her arm. So we're going to go back for a Paul Lusk replay, part of one from a year ago, and then hopefully, of course, we'll have Paul on live within the next 3 or 4 weeks. But Paul in replay mode, and then later on is Cassie Brown from the Westland Lady Warriors softball team. And as always on Monday, we have the Easy on Travel, Little Augie's Pizza, Clinton County Prep Athlete of the week. But right now we're up to St. Louis on the Johnson Jewelers guest line for scores and stuff. It's brought to you by Mideastern Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Carlisle, the hometown source for residential and commercial work. And from 101 ESPN, he's a sports reporter. He's a Centralia native, Luke Schnocky. Luke, welcome back.
Good to be back, Rip. It sounds like I've had a little better day than one of your guests you had scheduled earlier.
Yes. She just sent a text in a little while ago, and she said one of the kids were taking some BP, and well, she got plunked pretty good. And she was going to the ER, and so she's a scratch. One of these times on the DL, probably.
An unhealthy scratch for this evening.
Yes, there you go. You have it, an unhealthy scratch. So I'm not laughing at her. But
no,
happens,
neither am I. It does. Last time you called me, I believe I had a sunroof leak in my car.
That's right. Is that fixed, Luke?
Right, it is fixed, thank God, because, I think we're in for another monsoon this week.
I know.
So I don't have to wear swimming trunks whenever I'm riding around in my car.
Yeah. It's always inconvenient. All right. Well, let's tangle with as much as we can. We'll start with college basketball. It goes by in a blink. We're down to the Final Four on the NCAA scene. It's Loyola Chicago, Michigan, Villanova, and Kansas. What do you think about the last 4 that's going to meet down there at the Alamo Dome?
Well, I am a Saluki, so it's hard for me not to root for the Missouri Valley team, even if it, is one of the teams that beat the Salukis twice this last year. But it's just one of the most fun stories you can think of, especially with everything surrounding Sister Jean right now. I don't know if I like their chances against Michigan, but it's going to be fun to watch. If you had a gun to my head right now and I had to pick a team, I don't know. It's a little bit of a toss up. I think I'd have to go with. It's hard to argue with Kansas right now.
I'm going there myself. I'm going Kansas over Nova and Michigan over Loyola.
And I think that'd be a great championship game. I think you're going to get a pretty good, and it's always hard whenever you have a team that's made it this far. Is it a fluke? Is it this? Is it that?
I think they're just good. Yeah.
I think they are too.
Yeah.
I think they're well coached.
Wow.
I think they got a good thing going. They're just a very good team. TEAM. They're just a very, very well-oiled team. and that's what's gotten them this far. And I watched them a lot during the Valley tournament season, and they they're just a team that it's surprising they made it this far. But if you'd seen them, watch them a couple times, is it really that surprising? Because they're a very well-oiled basketball team.
And actually, they whipped up on K-State. They beat them by 16 in the end. It was closer for a while, but the other games were all 1 and 2 point games that they just sniffed out, which shows a good team as well. But Porter Moser. So where's he going to coach next year, Luke?
Oh man, and that's the, I being a Saluki fan forever. You see all these great coaches. Weber, Painter, Lowry, and it's a stepping stone. You hate to see that. Who knows? Maybe he'll stick around. We'll see what happens. But he just seems like a great guy.
He does.
He's a guy. I've never gotten to see him or meet him in the flesh, but he seems like he'd be a great interview. It seems like he's just a great person outside of basketball and inside. I believe one of our guys over here has met him before, and he said that he's just like that. There's no put-ons. That's him.
I kind of get that too. That's the feeling And you think all in all he'd be a better post-game interview than Leonard Hamilton? That was bad. That was on his part, not on Dana Jacobs, and he was awful. That was brutal. Did he have the point spread or something? Was he just wanting to beat that point spread at the end?
Oh, I don't know. And I felt bad for her, but she took it like a champ.
She did. She did.
She stood toe to toe with him, and
you had to ask that question.
Right back.
You had to ask that because that was ridiculous. You have to foul. That was not over with. Didn't look good. But one of the earlier games I've seen too many games as you have, but who was down?
Right.
I mean, there was a large separation between a couple of clubs earlier in that tournament, and the team came back. Well, you got to give it a nod. Who knows?
Absolutely. You never know what's going to happen.
No.
I mean, even if it's a large, it's a miracle. You never know what's going to happen. And I understand. Emotions are high at that point. He probably just came out from talking to his guys, but
got it.
You've seen coaches handle that situation. Everybody's an individual, but you've seen coaches handle that situation, a whole lot better than that.
Yeah, including Virginia's coach when they lost to UMBC. He was a professional.
Absolutely. I remember I thought the same thing whenever I saw that, and I wanted to jump into the television whenever I heard whoever it was ask the Virginia kid, are you aware that this is the first time 16's beaten a 1, or how do you feel about the 16 beating a 1?
Yeah.
And the kid said, "Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I had never heard that before."
Exactly.
I mean, gosh, I could not believe my ears whenever.
Yeah. Now, see, that was not that didn't need to be asked at that point.
No.
But
no.
What Dana? I mean, everybody wanted to know this from the boss, from the guy who's making tons of money. If he can't. So anyway, but I'm looking forward to the Final Four. Sometimes everybody's got to have all ones, which rarely happens anyway. You got 2 1s and a 3, and then Loyola Chicago. And the seedings, man, anymore when you get past 3 or 4, I think you can throw a lot of them out the window until you get down to 13, 14. You can, that might be a little unrealistic at points, but there are a lot of even teams.
I agree 100%. And this year it was such a crazy regular season. It was the trail was set for somebody like Loyola to come in and make a lot of noise, because you never knew halfway through the season. You never knew who was going to beat who for the most part.
No. Well, I think it'll be fun. No matter Kansas and Duke, whoever you loved or hated there, that was just a whale of a basketball game. Couldn't ask for much more. That was the way to cap off the weekend, wasn't it?
Absolutely, that was a great game. One that got you off the couch a few times if you were watching at home.
Malik Newman. Wow. All 13 points in overtime. That's great.
Yeah.
that's
and I still have some hard feelings towards Bill Self.
Do you?
Because I'm just kidding around here. I'm an Illini fan too. But I can also remember being going to every Saluki game back in 2007 whenever Kansas beat them in the Sweet 16 that season. So, But I wish I like Bill Self. I shouldn't say that. I like Kansas a lot. I think, and that's who I'm picking. If you're gonna have to ask me, that's who I'm gonna have to pick.
And I've been hot after a more than dismal showing. I did get all 4 right this week. I'm not even in an official bracket this year at all. I used to be in a bunch. And back to Self. Actually, I wasn't. Well, I wanted him to stay at Illinois because I think he was the guy they needed to keep. But I was not real perturbed at him because that was the one job I believe he always set out to get, Kansas, and he's been there forever. He's been there ever since as well.
Absolutely.
He's an OK State guy, and so, I mean, I don't like all this up and leaving even, but it wasn't just a situation where he went somewhere for 4 years and then he's off again.
No, I agree 100%.
The Missouri Tigers, they did play, one game in each of the postseason tournaments, and now it's official with Michael Porter Jr. He is going pro. Will there be another domino fall like his brother Jonte? Who knows? Maybe.
Well, that's kind of the thought, even before anybody knew if Michael was even going to play this season, a lot of people were saying to themselves, we need to, forget about Michael, is Jonte going to jump to the pros next season?
He was really good.
He had a spectacular season. And yeah, it would be quite a blow to Mizzou if both of them went. But I mean, even with, it was a fortuitous chain of events that landed all 3 Porters, the dad and both the kids there this year. But I still like Conzo Martin. Like, this comes from an Illini fan, but he's just a good basketball man. I think I would trust him coaching my favorite team regardless.
But now he's got to get, well, I really think Jonte will stay, but who knows in this climate anymore. But Conzo, he's got to get down to recruiting now. I know they're counting on him around the St. Louis area and up in Chicago, and that could happen. I mean, he's got a lot of connections and so forth, but he's got to really get busy now.
Absolutely, and yeah, he has a ton of connections around here, and that's what a coach has to do at Mizzou or Illinois. They got to get up in Chicago, and they got to get over here in football or basketball.
Yeah,
St. Louis and Chicago, both areas have got a lot of players right for the picking.
It's just crazy when you see those starting lineups from some of the schools you never see during the Chicago. He's out of Chicago. He's out of Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Nope. It never ends. Boy, Jordan Barnett, his little that really hurt him bad, didn't he? He's a good ball player, and what were they down to 7 healthy bodies counting Michael Porter Jr. and he was just trashed at the end of the game. He was out of gas.
He was, and that I was at that game, and he was. And can you really blame him? I'm sure they tried to put him through as much hell as possible in practice, just to get him up in conditioning wise. But that game, yeah, they had probably 7, 8 healthy bodies, and it was telling that he took as many shots as he did. You can tell, even if he didn't make any of them. You can tell he's a leader. You can tell he's not afraid to be the guy with the ball.
And that was mostly against Georgia there, right, Luke, what you're talking about?
Right. That was the game. Yes,
yeah,
correct.
And then even against Florida State in the but he still had about 16 and 10 in that game.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
You could tell he demonstrated some talent, but
I should have prefaced that.
No. It was
what I was going to say about that Georgia game. Actually, he rebounded well.
Yes.
He's a complete player.
Oh yeah.
And if he puts some muscle on, he's, you can't blame the kid for wanting to make a lot of money, I guess.
He'll be definitely top 10, if not top 5. He'll be making a lot of jacks. Some of these teams draft. Philadelphia, they draft guys that sit around for 2 years before they play. As long as the other team doesn't get them. The Illini, meanwhile, they got to pick up the pace, man.
Well, it seems like they're dropping like flies up there from what.
Did another one just say bye-bye, I heard?
I believe Finke today.
Finke did today? And I also, so I don't know. So that's official? Wow.
I don't know. No.
No.
That was.
But you heard
that was something. I did not actually see that in print. So don't.
Yeah.
I can't confirm that for sure.
There's
but
stuff
I
flying
believe,
around all over. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
That
But
surprised me.
it's. I hate to see so many kids leaving because I had high hopes for Brad Underwood, just like I had high hopes, for Conzo Martin at Mizzou.
Boy, he's going to have to refill a lot of. And LaRon Black, I tell you what, that guy was
sure.
He was an athlete, a heck of a player. He led him in points and boards, didn't he? And he's going to go over.
Yeah,
he'll end up overseas if nothing else.
No. What I've heard about Underwood is he's an old cuss. I mean, he gets on him in practice.
Where I think I don't mind that, but I think that's where some of these guys. I said that when he came. There's not a lot of kids, whatever, that like that anymore. That style is not in vogue anymore, and I would bet still. I don't have, but I wouldn't doubt that was part of the situation with Mark Smith. I know he got, but man, you saw some of that sideline activity. He was one-on-one just chewing their butts in and out. It was unbelievable, and this modern athlete, they don't go for that so much.
I agree. I like that style too. I had a lot of those coaches over at CHS.
Yeah.
And we did pretty well.
Yeah.
But I didn't play basketball, but in a lot of other sports.
Right.
Yeah, and you have these kids there, they're prize recruits. They think they're all talented, obviously. They're going to play Division I basketball, but they're a big fish in a small pond, and then they go to these other places and they don't necessarily think they should be yelled at like they are. But I mean, that's, who knows? I like Underwood. I think given the right amount of time, I don't know what kind of a recruiter he is. I'd be lying if I said I did. I haven't really paid attention. Yeah, well, I guess we are. We are real quick, aren't we?
Yeah. The Blues, they were dead and buried, and now they're back. They're in the playoffs as of right now. What a turnaround, and a lot of that is on the glove and the stick and everything else of Jake Allen. He had that. He's been resurrected again, just like last year.
It's happened. It seems like it's happened a couple years.
Yeah.
Even the year before that.
I guess
seems like
so.
He hit January, and he maybe, I don't know what his he needs to pick a New Year's resolution, I guess, because
Me too.
the last couple haven't worked necessarily well. But talk about streaky, and it's got to be between the ears, because everybody who watches him know that he's talented. Everybody that watches him, he is the reason. And the thing is, he's going to have to keep it up, because the Blues, they score in big surges. And this time, that he's going to have to be the backstop if they want to make it to the playoffs, and if they want to have any chance of advancing past the first round. He's going to have to keep doing this, because that's been their Achilles heel all season. Ever since Schwartz went down, they have not been able to score goals. They have, like I said, they come in surges, and they're going to have to. I mean, anything can happen whenever you get in that tournament. I think hockey is one of the.
It's exciting. It's tough.
It is, and
Toughest.
I think it has some of the most parity out of all the four sports. Whenever you get in that tournament, anything can happen. I think for the most part. And they've been playing gritty lately, which is what a lot of us have said all season long. They were playing without any backbone. They didn't look like they had a purpose out there, and they found it apparently. So
let's hope they don't flip that switch
up
the other way again. The Cardinals, we have a couple more minutes left with Luke Schnocky from 101 in St. Louis. The Cardinals play the Jays in Montreal tonight. Boy, their season is nearing, though. Just give us a little brief on what do you think they're going to do this year? The roster can always change. Mid-season trading deadline, later on, whatever. But with the guys they got right now, what do you think?
I think they're every team in baseball has a lot of ifs.
Pitching ifs.
I think the Cardinals have a few more. There are some that I'm more worried about than others.
Yes.
I think the lineup itself has some ifs. Is Tommy Pham going to do what he did last year? Is Marcell Ozuna going to do what he did last year? I think
he'll be real good, but I think he'll dip a little bit in power.
Sure,
but I think he'll be,
and that's understandable
he seems to be a
with
really
Pham
good
too.
player.
Right. Will Dexter Fowler stay healthy all season?
Yeah, no joke.
All these things. Will DeYoung, but the lineup ifs aren't as concerning to me as the pitching ifs.
No. Right.
And I think the rotation, it worries me about Wainwright because I love Adam Wainwright. Wainwright was pitching whenever I was, still in college. I love the guy. I always will.
But
if he comes back, is he going to be the same guy?
And he wasn't too impressive last year. I mean, let's be realistic.
Right.
I'm not knocking him. He's 36 or whatever. He's had a great career, but there comes a time. And I think his time is pretty much gone.
Right.
Average at best.
I tell you who does kind of have me excited is Mike Myers.
Yeah.
And he's pitched so well this spring. I think he had 12 innings. I think he pitched 12 innings and he had 13 strikeouts, something like that.
Maybe a 0 ERA, huh?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
And things change so much though from the exhibition season to the real season.
No, you're absolutely right. So we'll see.
Let's hope for
he's a guy you root for because you remember a couple seasons ago he had that terrible debut.
I know. Yeah, no, I'm all fine. I hope he does well. I hope he does well.
Right.
Put it that
right.
way. Real quickly, Bubba Watson won in match play. Somebody named Yoon-hee G won on the ladies' side. We have Stricker in the senior. And NASCAR got snowed out yesterday in Martinsville, Tennessee, but they ran it today. I saw where that was the first snow out for a NASCAR event since 1993 in Atlanta.
Really? I didn't even. Gosh, I haven't kept up with NASCAR lately. But whenever I was a little guy around that time was whenever I was watching.
Right.
And I don't remember that. I'm gonna have to look that up on YouTube later.
Yeah, whatever you believe me. Don't trust me, but look it up. But I did see that somewhere.
Don't trust me about Michael Finke either. Do your research and find that. Confirm that without me, okay?
I'm sure to be out and about tonight on places. But I caught something on Twitter. This was on Twitter, and this was from a reporter. It wasn't just Joe Blow, and it was.
Sure.
I don't even want to bring it up anymore. But it was an untruth there too. So I guess he got some bad info, which does happen. But
okay, I guess I did.
It's unfortunate.
There you go.
So no, not you. I'm this guy.
About
the comment this guy made about a basketball coach, as a matter of fact. But I wouldn't doubt if I see it later tonight or tomorrow morning. There on the Finke. Huh? Boy, that's a big. Yeah. They're in trouble.
Right.
Underwood better start really hitting those. Woo, that ain't good. All right, hey Luke. Anything else? I guess we got a pattern on here, but appreciate you coming on again. Okay.
Hey, no problem, Rip. I'm happy to do it whenever you need me.
All right, thanks a bunch. Stay dry.
You too.
Luke Schnocky from 101 in St. Louis. He does all kinds of stuff. You hear him on the radio. He writes some good things. He does the writing thing. That's what he did at the Sentinel. He does a lot of that penmanship and stuff. So check him out when you get the opportunity. We'll break away, but we shall come back with a Lusk replay in for Tori Crowell, and later on is Cassie Brown from Westland, the Athlete of the Week as well. Hang in there. It's Talking Sports on a Monday night. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordykeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome back, everyone, on another rainy, dreary day and night. Rip here in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio. Okay, so here's the situation in a bit more detail. We were set to have Kaskaskia softball coach, Blue Angels coach Tori Crowell on maybe 2 weeks ago, and then she called in. She called in sick. She couldn't talk. Well, so she didn't call in. She sent me a text. That happens, you know. And then tonight, just an hour ago maybe, so it was too late to pin anybody else down. Short, no, you know, you can't. That's tough. But anyway, they were rained out, but they were having practice over at KC, and she was struck in the wrist or a forearm by a bat during BP, so she was on her way to the ER to check that out, obviously. So she is an unhealthy scratch again for the second consecutive time. So again, late notice and all, it just doesn't work that easily. So what we're going to do tonight, because of Tori's absence, we're going to go back to April 17th of last year. And again, we have Paul on every year for lots and lots of years, and I think we'll have Paul Lusk on again within the next few weeks after things settle down. I've heard he's got a new job, and that could be all until it's in writing. Nothing is for actual. But anyway, this is kind of interesting here. I think see how things have changed, how the situation was a season ago and so forth. Anyways, from April 17th of 2017, it is New Baden native Paul Lusk, who then was, he's looking ahead to the next year, the Missouri State Bears basketball coach. So let's roll it. Let's begin with the usual. Look at your Bears for the 2016-17 season. You upped your overall wins total from a year ago, but I'm sure, of course, you were aiming for a little bit more.
You know what, Rip? We really felt like we were going to have a breakthrough. And coming back from Las Vegas tournament, we split 2 games out there on a neutral floor over Christmas. We lost to USC, then we beat DePaul. And then we started league play by winning at Northern Iowa, which was just a monster win for us. Then we beat Indiana State. And at that time, we were 11-4 in the league, and we really felt like we had a chance. And it never transpired after that. Our point guard, we lost him for the rest of the season after that. He stepped away for some personal reasons. And we still had enough to win games, Rip, but we just never seemed to find ourselves and find our rhythm. I think down the stretch we actually played some pretty good basketball, beat Northern Iowa in the conference tournament. They were coming in having won that thing 2 out of the last 3 years, and they've got a national program. So for us to beat them 2 out of 3 times, beat them in the conference tournament, we were pleased with that. And then I thought we battled Wichita. It's just they are so deep and so talented that we couldn't keep up with them. But we did get back to a winning record. It's still not good enough. We feel like with what we've got coming back, we can really break through. I like my guys.
You finished 17-16 overall, 7-11 in the Missouri Valley Conference. Last year it was 13-19 and 8-10. But yeah, you won 5 of your first 8 games in the Valley, and then those 2 consecutive overtime losses to Drake and SIU. And you never know, but boy, if you could have nudged out wins there, who knows?
You know what, Rip? I think there was a stat that we were number 2 in the country with losses by 1 possession.
Really?
It came down to the final possession of the game. I think we were number 2 at the country at one point. And you still have to win those games.
Yeah.
We were right there. We had Valpo be here actually early in the year, and we missed some free throws. It comes down to a missed free throw here or there, a bad possession, not getting a defensive stop. I do feel, as I said, we still had enough to win games, but I felt if we'd have had our point guard, our guy that kind of ran the engine, he was kind of the guy that made everyone better. I think it could have been some different outcomes, but needless to say, that didn't happen. And we got to find a way to win those games.
And are you talking there about, is it Ronnie Russo?
Yeah, Ronnie Russo, yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and you, it seems like you have been a little snake bit the last 2 or 3 years with injuries.
Well, injuries have been terrible.
I know
it. But this year we stayed relatively healthy. And we didn't see this coming with Ronnie. He's just a tremendous kid, a tremendous worker. At the time, he was our second leading scorer and leading assist guy. He was such a great addition. And as I said, after that second Valley game, and we were 2-0 and 11-4 overall, he asked for some time away, and it was something that he needed. And we fully supported him and embraced him through that time.
And he was your third leading scorer, only got in about 14 games. And since you brought him up a time or two, which is great, he will return to the squad next season.
Yeah, it's a great story, Rip, because I think early on when he left, with social media and with the way things are now,
I know
everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an idea as to what's going on. And there was all kinds of things being said about Ronnie. And I said from the moment he left our team, this young man has done absolutely zero wrong off the floor or on the floor. This is a personal issue, and we will stand by him. And he went back home to Cincinnati, and we have stayed in close communication with him. It's just great to see him glowing, great to see him smiling again, and everyone. In terms of administration as well as our team, they are completely on board with Ronnie coming back, and it's because he's a good kid. We obviously know he's a good player, and it's a huge boost to our program. We signed a high school point last fall because we thought obviously this upcoming season the high school point would have to, would study under Ronnie. Well, with the way everything transpired and we lost Ronnie, that changed everything, and it kind of put recruiting this next year that we may need to go get one. But with Ronnie being able to come back, everybody's on the same board. He should certainly help us.
And every year it's the same thing with him and your recruits coming in and so forth. It all remains the same, Paul. You want to do your best, hopefully win that Missouri Valley and gain an NCAA berth. This year it was Wichita State, of course, over Illinois State in the championship game. And along those lines, did you think, I know you were pushing for the Redbirds, did you think they would get that nod at the big dance? They came up shy again. You're hoping that they get it, but if you look at the raw numbers of everything, Rip, let's say hypothetically we would have upset Wichita in the semis. If you would have looked at their raw numbers, they may have not gotten in. I just think it has become extremely difficult for non-BCS schools to get in. And I think, and then when you look at it, a couple non-BCS schools that got in last year, they matched up Wichita and Dayton to almost eliminate one of them. They matched up VCU. VCU got an at-large bid. St. Mary's got an at-large bid. They matched those guys up. So it's becoming more and more difficult. But as you said, that's the ultimate goal. And that's what we're trying to do. We obviously return as much as we've ever had. We'll arguably have the preseason player of the year and Alizé Johnson returning, and we feel good about where we're at. We really do. We've added some nice players, but the returners will be the guys that do it. They'll lead the way, and then I think the newcomers that we've added in our last two recruiting classes are really good players, and then certainly getting Ronnie back, that's a big boost to us. When the 2017-18 campaign does come about, it's going to be a new look Valley, isn't it? Creighton went by the wayside a while back, and now Wichita State is out. Just as a fan, I hate it for the Valley myself because, man, the programs are super, but it's going to move everybody up a notch and give everybody a better look at that top seed in the MVC. Yeah, you never want to lose a member, but
I think if you look at, in particular, Wichita's situation, Rip, I mean, it's remarkable what they have done, not just as a Valley program. They've become a national power.
Sure have.
Preseason, I think, number 5 in the country. So they've done an excellent job, and they felt that it was time to move. And I know for the rest of us, we're concentrating on what we're doing. Everybody feels like they can obviously make a big jump. I don't know what's going to happen with the addition of.
All right, that was we okay there? That was Paul from just over a year ago and so forth. And like I say, hopefully at the next turn or so, next 3-4 weeks, whatever, we'll have Paul Lusk on live, and we'll get up to date on what's going on in the coaching world for him and so forth. Tori Crowell was a scratch. She may have a broken wrist or arm or whatever, and that's why we went with Paul there. So one more time until we get him on in full focus in a while. The Prep Athlete of the Week is due up after these. Your full-line lawn and garden center is good old Plantland. For your complete needs, from Fertilome fertilizers to plant products and much more, including Plantland's do-it-yourself 4 or 5-bag lawn care program and organic lawn care program. You can also scoop up bulk supplies of bird feed, vegetable seed, and grass seed, plus bulk mulches, rock, and flagstone. Plantland on Old U.S. Highway 50, 2 miles east of Breeze. Plantland, your local Fertilome dealer.
Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here. Ready to change your life for the better? Take your first sip of Honest Water today. Start your free trial of Honest Water at PureHonestWater.com or call 806-2081. That's 806-2081 or PureHonestWater.com. At Honest Water, family comes first, and Honest Water wants you to be a part of their family. The goal is simple: to provide communities of Southern Illinois and St. Louis Metro with reliable, purified drinking water at an affordable price. Say goodbye to plastic water bottles and unpredictable tap water. Say hello to delicious, honest water. Start your free trial today at PureHonestWater.com or call 806-2081. No contracts, no hidden cost, just pure, honest water. Call 806-2081 or PureHonestWater.com.
Scientists say the universe is random.
Why should your radio station be any different?
You've got Max 96.7.
You also got the correct time. It is 6:39 in the Bird Watson Health Drive. Bird Watson Health Mart Studio on this Monday night. Let's tee up the Athlete of the Week.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. You're the best.
The Clinton County Prep Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Easy In Travel and Breeze. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel and Breeze. Call 526-2201 and by Little Augie's Pizza in Breeze, the choice for pizza, pasta, and more. Call 526-7040.
Our Athlete of the Week is Carlisle Indians slugger Noah Crocker. Yeah, the junior can swap, man. He went 4 for 5 with a double, 2 triples, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs scored as the Tribe won games against New Athens and Woodlawn last week. Those games have become few and far between. But Noah Crocker with some great strokes last week. He is our Athlete of the Week, and he shall get a $10 gift certificate to Little Augie's Pizza in Breeze. So congrats to Noah. And also to a few of the area's junior and junior high school volleyball teams. I understand there's quite a bit of success over the weekend at the state tournament competition and all that good stuff. We'll wrap around these and come on back for still more. And ahead on the board is Cassie Brown from the Westland Lady Warriors. Stay with us on a Monday. McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Brawnability features the broadest lineup of wheelchair-accessible vehicles with more brands, entry types, features, and price points than any other manufacturer in the industry. See for yourself at Southern Bus and Mobility why a new or certified pre-owned wheelchair-accessible Brawnability vehicle is the only way to go. Call 526-4131 or stop by just east of Breeze on Old Route 50. This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, St. Joseph Hospital Breeze, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman and Hardy's locations in Breeze and Carlisle, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and Area CC Food Marts. WCXO Sports since 1999. The sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, the Westland Warriors, and now the Christ Our Rock Silver Stallions.
What were we thinking when we designed the station? I'll tell you. We were thinking it takes all sorts to make a world.
Max 96.7.
Hi again, everybody. Rip here in the Bird Watson Health Mart Studio for this Monday night. Wednesday, incidentally, we're mostly set. Westland girls soccer coach Terry Calvert will join us, as will Mater Dei softball coach Mike Palm, and a player to be named later for scores and stuff. Saturday, one of our guests will be SIU Hall of Famer. You talk about a heck of a basketball. We've got two more, really. This one, Rick Shipley. He'll be on Saturday morning to talk all about the NCAA tournament. And then Monday night, former Illini basketball standout Tom Michael gets back into the Talkin' Sports box again for, once again, more on the big dance in Illinois and Eastern Illinois and so forth. I'm sure most of you know about it by now, and I had quite a few hits on my Facebook timeline this morning already on it when I posted a nice video featuring Trevor Richards of Aviston and his manager, Donnie Baseball. What an impressive spring he had. He won again Saturday, a 4-3 win over the Nationals. 6 innings, no earned runs allowed. I think it was only 4 hits. I mean, I'm going to do a sports clip on him tomorrow. And that's on Trevor Richards and also on Josh Tolley. The news wasn't quite so good for him. The D-backs have released the Breeze native, Josh, now 31. He had that hamstring tear during spring training a year ago, and that's a bad situation, but tough to come back from as well. But he is a free agent as of now. Hopefully he can hook on with somebody. Speaking of the my Facebook timeline, tomorrow again at 4:30, somewhere in that area, check it out for the Brett's Wildlife Talking Sports poll. We're going to have a baseball question tomorrow. Chances are it's going to be on the St. Louis Cardinals, so go down that timeline and get your say in. Your choice, your reviews, your responses. Brett's Wildlife Talking Sports poll every Tuesday at around 4:30, somewhere in that area. On, obviously, Facebook. Just scroll on down my timeline. You'll find it at some point. In the on-deck circle, it's Westland's Cassie Brown. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkins because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
Winter has brought about change for 12 Oaks Vineyard. During the winter months, our tasting room is open by reservation only. So please gather your family and friends and call us at 594-7459 to make your reservations. 12 Oaks Vineyard wine can also be purchased at Hoffman Supermarket, Carlisle IGA, and the Columbian Club in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard at 18975 Vogel Road, just 3 miles south of Carlisle, and at 12oaksvineyard.com.
If it has been a long time since you've been to the dentist, you need to know you're not alone. For some, past experiences make it impossible to pick up the phone and call. Others are embarrassed because it has been so long. Hi, I'm Dr. Casey Santel, a general dentist from Breeze, Illinois, who sedates patients with pills. I believe in listening to our patients and finding workable solutions to problems they have without making them feel guilty or putting them down. Please call me, Dr. Casey Santel, at Breeze Dental Care at 526-2020 to schedule an appointment where sedation dentistry is an option for you to take care of your teeth without anxiety.
Are you looking for a happy dental home? Dr. Draghi and Dr. Santel are in-network providers with many insurance companies and have what you are looking for. New patients welcome and most emergencies seen immediately. Get back on the right track to good dental health with Breeze Dental Care. Call 526-2020. That's 526-2020.
Remember what it was like to expect the unexpected?
I never realized it was so complex.
Guess what? The feeling's back.
You're on Max.
Welcome back for one final visit tonight. Rip here, the Birdwatch Health Mart Studio. Off we go for the Johnston Jewelers guest line again. This time for Westland Lady Warrior softball coach Cassie Brown. Cassie, welcome back.
Well, thank you for having me.
How'd you do today? Did you whip those Muscuda Lady Indians?
We didn't get to play. The weather is not in our favor.
No. You would have needed pretty much a dome today. But, yeah, another one by the boards. And it's no fun. I went through that, as my teammates, of course, did years ago in high school and JUCO ball and stuff. And you want to play. You don't want to sit around or be in the gym anymore. But March and April, we get our share of this.
Yeah, this weather, we've had 7 scheduled and we've lost 4 of them. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hopefully we get on a roll pretty soon. So your most recent game was Thursday, if I have it right, at Althoff, correct?
Yes.
And you
Thursday.
beat them 12-9.
We did. Played in some rain that day, and it was,
Of course.
It was a good game.
But you dodged a few drops. But, yeah, a lot of runs. My goodness, was the defense a little shaky with the field conditions and such?
We were just hitting the ball well,
Yeah.
and both sides, I think it was, slipping here a little bit in there. So it was a couple obstacles in our way.
But right now, you'll do anything to get on the field, and then you want to win those games. But, I mean, especially non-conference, you just like to play and get
right now, that's our thing. I have 17 girls, and that's the most I've had since I've been here. So we've been trying to get as many games as we can in before conference had started, just get everybody in there and see what versatility we all have.
I like the plan, Cassie. It's just not up to you after that, though, is it?
No. But, that's kind of what we were doing. Like that Althoff game was a great one for us.
Yes.
It was, 7 innings of everybody getting in and moving around. And just, like I said, I've never had the length of the bench to get to play with. And that's kind of what we've been trying to do here.
And I'm glad a lot of them, or about everybody, like you say, saw some action, too. How many hits did you have in that game as a team?
I think we had 13.
13. So you made them count, huh? 13
Yeah,
hits and 12 runs.
Yeah, everybody went through probably 4 or 5 times through the batting order. So we had a lot of at-bats that game.
My goodness, any home runs, anything over the board, or just a lot of singles and doubles?
We did have one go over.
Did you?
McKenna Diverg had a 3-run homer for us, and we had one that was a double that hit off the top of the fence and came back in. That was Julia Friedrich.
Oh, okay. Well, and that's not surprising from her, really, is it?
No, she had a big bet for us last year, and she's coming back with some power this year at the beginning already.
Now, tell me the truth, Cassie. Was she jogging around the bases there, and all of a sudden, it came back?
No, I mean,
she was running hard,
actually,
huh?
She hit it, and it went out there fast, and it hit the top of the fence, and their center fielder was standing right there, so she had to dig to get to second.
Wow.
You know,
okay. So it was a line drive, but and then
it was a straight
scorcher.
shot out there.
Yeah, it's not surprising either. But so 2 other games in the books. That is it against actually the first 2 on the schedule in the middle of this month. You did play against Trico and Wood River. Came up shy, but still got some diamond action, which is all hopefully going to benefit you down the line.
Yeah, and that first game against Trico, that's the first time we've ever played them, and they have a very good team, very good pitching, and for us, I think I had 3 or 4 freshmen in that starting game, so there was a little jitters going there, and we had one bad inning that kind of bit us in the butt and kept us at that one, but we played a good game with Wood River.
Yeah, 2-run game there.
Yeah, it was a good game, and we had a lot of runners left on base. Just needed that other hit here or there to push them in.
So now 1-2 on the season with Cahokia Conference action due to come up shortly. I know it was a tough year in 2017, Cassie. You certainly want to better that, and hopefully that's going to come true for you. But you mentioned a few freshmen. It's a youthful team indeed. Again, I think you have 6 by my count, Frosh, huh?
Yeah. We've got 6 freshmen and 5 sophomores, so we're very young.
And only 3 seniors.
We're very young. 3 seniors and 3 juniors.
Yeah.
So, and only of those 3 juniors, only 2 are returning from last year. We have a new one that moved in. So, we gained a little experience there, but we're definitely young by numbers.
Let's see who moved in then for you.
We had Lily Adcock come, and I believe she came up from Greenville area, if I'm not mistaken, but did not play ball up there. So
okay.
First time she's gotten to play in a couple of years, but she's given us those extra numbers and definitely adding to the team for us.
Now did you lose many players from last season?
We just lost one. We lost
Just
Cami
one.
Meadows from last year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there was
definitely
that's a
big
terrific
one to
player
lose.
there, athlete.
Yes, definitely a big one to lose. But like I said, for once, it's nice to have the numbers. Past couple of years, we've been 9-10, so there's wasn't much to go with and rotate and keep that intensity and power up. But we definitely have that this year.
You have some depth, and hopefully it's going to get there's going to improve too as you get some game action. Cami, incidentally, but where did she go? I just saw her on Twitter the other day. Did she had an injury? I guess this early spring, huh?
She is over at Mobap, and she was starting and playing, and I don't think there were many games in, and she's broken a couple things in her hand, I believe, from what I heard. So she's out of commission for a little while.
I think she said she was really nearing, though, to a target date of coming back, so hopefully that's the case.
Yes, I believe so. I think it was about 6 weeks they had put her at, and she's probably got to be over half of that now.
Yeah, all right, very good. So pitching, it always starts there, of course, with that battery pitching and catching. Who's handling the chores for you there, Cassie?
We have Kerrigan Dyberg, who's our sophomore, who was hurt a lot for us last year, but she's back and strong, and we have Alyssa Lightfoot back, who's a senior, and she did a lot on the mound for us last year. And then I have a freshman, Bailey Bell, so she'll see a little bit of time for us. And I had Ellie Wessel throwing last year for us, who's a senior. Not her favorite place to be, but she can throw. And
right.
So I have 4. Most I've had pitching in a while, so feel more comfortable this year for sure than last with versatility and options to get us through those games.
By the way, Alyssa Lightfoot, that's one of the great names in softball. That's really good. I like that.
Yes.
and Ellie Wessel, I take if you can get away with it, you'd rather have her play a position, infield and so forth, instead of pitching if it works out for you, right? Steady that infield.
Yes, as much as we can keep her up the middle, that's where we'd like her to be. Like I said, if we need her, she's that kid that's got that athletic ability and will get us through like she had to last year if we need it.
Now they're always, and depending on who you have on the mound and so forth. But let's just take last Thursday against the Lady Crusaders, for instance. Who were at the other positions, the regular positions for you?
We have Courtney Lurcher and Kelsey Bray, so they both did some catching. Kelsey will play a lot of third base. And then we have Georgia Litteken. She played some third base that day as well. She's a freshman. I like to keep Ellie as much as I can at shortstop. That's where she was. And then we had a freshman, Bailey Bell, at second. She hurt her ankle in that game. So then we had McKenna Dybert, who played some second base for us last year as well. She's a sophomore. She'll see some time there. And Julia's back at first base, where I think she's been all 4 years, if
How about that?
thinking right. So we'll have her over there. We do have a couple freshmen that can play there as well. Name slipping me. Emily Ottensmeyer will play there a little bit if needed. I got Lauren Rockers back in center field. And then I have pretty much all the others versatile outfield. A couple of them can play infield. And that's one of the things I like about our freshman class is, they're pretty much can call majority of them utility players. I mean, if we need a fill-in spot depending on who's pitching on the infield, they can jump in there for us, and they can play outfield, and it kind of is going to come down to whoever's hitting or hot with the bat. We can stick them wherever we need them in the field. So that's definitely a plus.
Bailey Bell really seems like she fits that bill, huh?
Yeah, she pretty much anywhere behind the plate that kid can go.
So that's good. And yeah, before you started, you got that opener in. You were already going at about 3+ weeks in practicing. But again, it's just you got to get on that dirt and grass and play, and hopefully you'll just improve and get these some of these freshmen playing like sophomores before it's over and so forth. The Cahokia Conference will be knee deep again. It'll be really good. Now Salem's on board. You'll see them for the first time as a conference opponent.
Yes, and we've played them in the past in one of our little round robin
tournaments
on the weekends. So now they're in our conference and Redbud's out, so we'll get to see them twice. And our conference as usual, as you hit it on the nail there. It's always tough, and it's a good thing. And we play a tough schedule outside of conference because there is no light teams in our conference.
No,
so it keeps us pushing and on our toes.
Yeah, Mater Dei and Highland and Oakville, Waterloo, Alton for 2. Are you in a tournament anywhere this spring?
We're in that Alton tournament.
That is an Alton. That's a tournament over there.
Yep. Yeah, we play with Waterloo, Alton, and Wood River.
Oh yeah, so I see where Waterloo's at. So it's a Friday and Saturday event there.
Yes.
So how many years for you now as the head coach, Cassie?
This is my 6th, I believe.
Number 6, and do you have a pretty good anchor or some good help there?
I do. Becky Musso is back with me for the 3rd year, and Allison Corey is also our assistant. I believe this is her 3rd year as well.
Okay, so that helps. That's good to have some good aides like that. You need it, especially now that you have 17 kids.
Yeah, it's having 3 of us is definitely makes running practices and seeing the whole field and everything in a game. It's nice to have the good people to help. It's not just one person trying to see it all.
Right. You bet. Finally, Cassie, do you have a cold?
I do.
Yeah. Well, I could give you I got a remedy, but I suppose I shouldn't give that one over the air, but well, hopefully you'll get over it. Hopefully you'll get over it without my help, unless you want me to text you, But
yeah, well, it's this weather and it's warm and then it's rainy. I think everybody's getting it.
Yeah, in fact, I talked to McKendree softball coach Ashley Fleming the other day, and they were up north playing. I even watched some of that online. It was cold and windy, and she was going to get back on me with something Saturday already again. I got a hold of her today, and she said, I've been sick. I'm just getting over it, So, yeah, this is good weather for that. But take care of that and get some more victories, and we'll sneak back over to you later on in the season, talk Westland softball again.
All right, I look forward to it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Cassie Browner, thanks to her, and also to Luke Schnocky. We had Paul Luska's little sub there, replay sub for Tori Crowell. Hopefully she gets better and recovers from the broken wrist and or broken arm, elbow, whatever it is. It's not good. So Wednesday night, Terry Calvert, Mike Palm, and someone else. We'll see them between 6 and 7. We'll talk sports, real sports talk on Max 96.7 Wcxo.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery in Carlisle. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. McKendree University in Lebanon. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. Good Old Plant Land. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7.